Guests will arrive shortly. Good morning and welcome to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please ask you to stand up? Our honorable dignitaries have just entered the hall. Let us welcome with a big round of applause. Good morning and welcome to everyone on the beautiful, well-known and prestigious campus of Shivaji University, Kolhapur. I extend my warm welcome to each and everyone invited here on a very auspicious moment in a spectacular morning on the behalf of STUTI, SAIF-DST Center, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Our guest of honor, Dr. Arindam Bhattacharya sir, has also present to grace this event in virtual mode through WebEx platform. Let us welcome with big round of applause. Thank you very much. Before we start, ladies and gentlemen, I kindly request all of you to stand for national anthem. पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष माने गाने तव जय गाथा भारत माता की Once again, I take this privilege to warmly welcome all the delegates, various department heads, respected teachers, and our enthusiastic and young budding research mind. Yes, I am talking about our participants. Without any delay, we start inaugural function of 22nd STUTI program having theme Advanced Characterization Technique in Science and Technology, funded by Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India, New Delhi, under the dynamic leadership of Professor R. G. Sonkode sir. The SAIF-DST Center is continuously engaged in arranging several workshops and hands-on training, which was evident and appreciated by various print and electronic media. Nowadays, SAIF Center has become the heart of Shivaji University. The Department of Science and Technology is providing facilities for sophisticated analytical instruments to researchers through its SAFE program. And I am pleased to announce that our university has one of the SAFE Center as a complement to the various schemes of DST funding for the expansion of research and development infrastructure at the academic institutions. The STUTI scheme is proposed to build human resources and its knowledge capacity through open access to scientific and technological infrastructure across the country. This program aims to promote sharing, hands-on training, and awareness of cutting-edge technology while providing open access to scientific and technological facilities. And we are all gathered here to share piece of knowledge and to get deeper understanding of the various powerful and sophisticated characterization tools covered under this title. Under this STUTI program, we have to organize 22 hands-on training programs, and I am proudly announce that this is 22nd STUTI program organized by Shivaji University Kolhapur and fourth program in SAFE-DST Center, Shivaji University campus. With this brief introduction, I take this opportunity and honor to welcome dignitaries of this event and various department heads. Let me introduce the individuals on the dais. The presidents of today's event, Professor Vice Chancellor of Shivaji University Kolhapur, Professor P.S. Patil sir. Our first guest of honor, Dr. Arindam Bhattacharya sir, Scientist here, Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India, New Delhi. Our second guest of honor, Dr. Pankaj Poddar sir, Senior Principal Scientist, National Chemical Laboratory, Pune, Maharashtra. Also, we have PME Coordinator of STUTI program, the in-charge head of SAFE-DST Center, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Professor R. G. Sonkode sir. May I request all the dignitaries on the dais to give floral tribute to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. अन्यायाचा त्यांना राग होता, शुभा माझा वाघ होता, फोडली डरकाळी दिल्ली दरबारी, मोगल भयभीत झाली सारी, पाहुणी छत्रपतींचे तेज, झुकल्या सर्वांच्या नजरा, राजे तुम्हाला मानाचा मुद्रा, राजे तुम्हाला मानाचा मुद्रा. I request all the dignitaries, please light the auspicious lamp and formally inaugurate the today's event.
live streaming is going on.
दीपक ज्योति परब्रह्म दीपक ज्योति जनार्दन दीपो हर तुपे पाप दीपक ज्योति नमोस्तुते दीपक ज्योति परब्रह्म दीपक ज्योति जनार्दन दीपक हर तुपे पाप
Please do come any from outside.
दीपक ज्योति नमोस्तुते
Voluntary one of preferably females. Any one of you come first.
Now I request all dignitaries to take their respective seats. Before we start, ladies and gentlemen, I request Dr. Aris Vatkar sir from Department of Physics, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Arindam Bhattacharya sir.
Good morning. I am happy to introduce Dr. Arindam Bhattacharya. He is working as a scientist in the Research and Development Infrastructure Division of the DST. He joined DST in 2007 and has been actively involved in Science and Technology Infrastructure Development Program. Dr. Arindam Bhattacharya received his doctoral degree from the University of Delhi in the area of plant sciences in 2002. His work dealt extensively with the gas dynamics and the plant-insect interaction in the tropical wet evergreen forest of the Great Nicobar Biosphere Reserve. In early 2003, he joined the malaria research group at the International Center for the Genetic Engineering and Biotechnology for his postdoctoral studies. Both his doctoral and postdoctoral study yield the number of scientific papers in the Journal of International Reputed, especially in the area of the evolution and maintenance of the biodiversity in the tropical rainforest ecosystem, plant, insects, and interactions, and malarial vaccine development program. He is very supportive for the STUTI program of our university, and he has visited to Shivaji University. He has motivated many research students or scholars of our university during his visit. So I welcome you, sir, for this inaugural function. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I request Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Professor P.S. Patil sir, to felicitate our guest of honor with warm words.
Morning, sir. I'm Pro Vice Chancellor Shivaji University, Kolhapur. I am indeed very happy that you are attending this particular function online. On behalf of Shivaji University, I welcome you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I request Dr. T.D. Dongre sir from School of Nanoscience and Technology, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Pankaj Poddar sir.
Dignitaries on the dais, my colleagues and dear participants. So it is my privilege to introduce today's guest of honor, Dr. Pankaj Poddar sir. So he's currently working as a senior principal scientist at Physical and Materials Chemistry Division, National Chemical Laboratory, Pune. He is also full professor, Academy of Scientific and Innovative Research, Council of Scientific and Industry Research, Government of India. He did his MSc specialization in plasma physics from University of Rajasthan and did his PhD from School of Physical Sciences, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. Then he also worked as a postdoctoral fellow at Department of Chemical Physics, School of Chemistry, Tel Aviv University, Israel, and also worked as a postdoctoral fellow at Functional Materials Laboratory, Department of Physics, University of South Florida, USA. Then he joined as a scientist from 2005. His current area of research interests include interdisciplinary science related to nanomaterials and its application. So he's also got many award recognition. So I'm listed here a few of them. That he one of the top cited author from India from IOP Publishing Group. That is his paper is in the 1% most cited papers in the field of physics published across whole IOP publishing portfolio. He was awarded Fellow of Electron Microscopy Society of India Award, then MRSI Medal for the year 2040 instituted by Materials Society of India. He is also Fellow of Maharashtra Academy of Sciences and also got the Scientist of the Year Award in 2010. He has published more than 135 research publications. He also filed more than three patents, published 4 books chapters. Its currently H index is around 47, I-10 index is 108, and total citation is greater than 7,000. He also successfully guided 13 PhD students from his research group. With this brief introduction, so on the behalf of Shivaji University and SAIF-DST Center, I welcome you, sir, for this workshop.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I request Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Professor P.S. Patil, sir, to felicitate Dr. Pankaj Poddar, sir, with shawl, slipper, and a memento as a token of love and appreciation. Now, I kindly request Professor R.G. Sonkode, sir, to propose theme of this STUTI training program.
Good morning to one and all. On the dais, the Pro Vice Chancellor of Shivaji University, Professor P.S. Patil, sir. One of the well-wisher and good friend, Dr. Arindam Bhattacharya, who have joined online from Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, New Delhi. Another guest of honor, Dr. Pankaj Poddar from NCL Pune. And few words I would like to say about this STUTI training program, since this is the last 22nd program, which we have to conduct 22 programs of this STUTI. And Dr. Arindam Bhattacharya is also online. My Pro Vice Chancellor is also online. So I just wanted to brief all of you how this STUTI training program was organized. If you could say over here, Though all these presentations on last 24th December, I made it at Trivandrum and Patil sir, let me put it on the record. Dr. Bhattacharya is also listening. Department of Science and Technology appreciated when I said, on account, the Shivaji University has given 45 lakh. When I told to the steering committee member, everyone was so happy. This is the first university which we have seen it who has given an account payment. And this is the message which they have got it. Whereas others were telling, sir, we could not able to utilize funds. They were telling, FO is not releasing fund, all these things. But Shivaji University exclusively was pointed out over there. We have spent whatever was sanctioned, 90% was released, and we have almost spent more than 95%. And for that, my Vice Chancellor and Pro Vice Chancellor was kind enough to give me on account payment from the Shivaji University to make that functions proper. This has never happened out of that 30 PMU. Only Shivaji University was the example for all the steering committee members. And this point I wanted to bring to your notice, sir. This is really not a small task which has been appreciated by steering committee members. Moreover, if you could see over here, sir, if you could just turn to this side, now few of the interesting aspects I'll be presenting over here. So this is the total amount which has been sanctioned by them, and we spent more. 1,79 lakh was received, but our expenses were 1,81 lakh also, more than that. Since still some amount needs to be received from them. So this is the really appreciated by Department of Science and Technology. And few more aspects I wanted to bring to all of your notice. Out of 28 states, very interestingly, even the steering committee of Department of Science and Technology appreciated, and for all the participants. Out of 28 states, we could have participants from 19 states, and we are almost 18 states we are covered for this STUTI training program. So this is not a small task. Everyone was asking me when I was presenting more than how you could able to manage all these things, how you are attracting all these kind of things. So that was the charisma for all my STUTI team, which was back with me. This is not my efforts. This was really, everyone has supported. It's not a simple task to complete all the 22 programs within the stipulated time. That too with a very great success. Even there was the condition that you have to give the 30 participants TA, but at Shivaji University and all these 22 programs, wherever we organized across the country, we told them, DST was behind us. No, whatever allocated amount, you kindly try to spend it. And we told them, don't restrict 30 conditions. Within university, as DST was telling, no, you can have it more, 20, 30 participants also. Let it exceed, but try to consume all the amount. And again, there also, we have seen it, Shivaji University was extremely well. We have all the various programs have been organized. So there will be the attendance was more than 70. See, remember, it was 30, but we have made it more than 70. So we told all the peer reviews that let us have it, let's spend all this amount which has been sanctioned by the Department of Science and Technology. Now, could you just look at over here? These are the participants which has been participants from so many states, 3 Union territories. Mind you, this is not a simple task. Across the country, what we have done it. It has, and that also which has been appreciated. Now, I just wanted to say, let's go. Yes, one observation which they pointed out by the steering committee to me that yes, number of the students in earth science is very less. So they have asked me, please, in the next phase, try to involve earth sciences community also more. These are the statistics which we have presented. Now, I'll go further. I just wanted to show you how these programs have been organized at different places. And even the gender distribution in this training program, morning also I told, we kindly, one of the female participants, please come and light this lamp. The concept of STUTI was they wanted that let's promote the females. And you could see over here, the number of females are also extremely well across these programs. All these 22nd programs, this is the 18 programs data, remaining 4 we are still not included, but since this was the December presentation which we had it. And you could see it that states and duties covered in trainings, almost 18 states which have been covered for this training. So this is the concept that STUTI was having. At the same time, Patil sir, It's not only STUTI, the Shivaji University name was highlighted in every state with very good print media publications and on this electronic media also. You could see over here, facility utilized and all these kind of things, then the geographic distribution, STUTI feedback rating. We will not request you to give the good feedback, but honestly, you put the feedback. This is the statistics. And the Shivaji University statistics, which wherever we organize different programs, the average was almost 8.7 out of 10. So all these 18 training programs, this is the what Shivaji University can do it. Now these are the about which we have had it. Then few of this distribution, all these kind of things. You could see over here, we are organized across these countries. This is the map which is showing over here. And entire nation was covered with this STUTI training program under Shivaji University, Kolhapur. So these are the few of the advantages we wanted to bring it to your notice, and because Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor is also over here, and few concepts which I wanted to show it to you. First of all, Srinagar. It was a very tough task, but the support of that university, Kashmir University, was extremely well. But this is very interestingly, Professor Talat Ahmed was same day handing over charge to the next Vice Chancellor, and both the Vice Chancellors were present in that event. That was shown the importance by them. It was not a simple task. Or some would have said, no, I have to hand over charge, I have to give the charge, but both the Vice Chancellors were present for this STUTI training program. This is the few of the aspects. I just wanted to take you to the Goa, BITS Pilani, Goa. And in BITS Pilani, Goa, the Chief Minister of the state was present for the inaugural ceremony. Even, I would like to take you to the Pondicherry. Now you could see over here, the Pondicherry University, remember, the Lieutenant Governor of that Union Territory was present. Wherever we organized these training programs, the response was so huge, enormous, and that is the thing, all the well wishes which has been given by across the country as well as within my university. So these are the few of the highlights I wanted to bring to the notice of Pro Vice Chancellor as well as Dr. Arindamji Bhattacharya and the audiences. Dear participants, this STUTI training program is one of the best training program which has been rated not only for Shivaji University but all the 13 PMEs. And the feedback which has just now I have presented to you extremely well for all the 13 PMEs. There are 13 PMEs given by the Government of India, and Shivaji University is one of them with the maximum number of training programs. Shivaji University has got 22 training programs to organize under this STUTI training. As well as we are giving opportunity to everyone, but nonetheless there are certain constraints, there are certain financial limitations for us. So though they were telling 30 participants with the full TA, DA and your stay at the hotel, even this also a point I was very happy. Few of the PMUs have given the participants accommodation across the country on either 3-star hotels or 4-star hotels. Such a wonderful hospitality was extended to all the participants. So this program is built like that. So sometimes we will be receiving more than 400 applications they are registering, but we cannot accommodate everyone due to financial constraints. So DST used to say, no, whatever has been allocated to you, you please manage with that. So I know you are really very lucky, those who have been selected. There are many, many participants who were behind us. Please give us opportunity, please give us opportunity. So kindly utilize your best time within these 7 days. Such kind of opportunity is very rare. Out of 240 participants, 35 they have selected outside the Maharashtra. So utilize it properly, and without taking much time, since Dr. Arindam Bhattacharya also has to leave, I'll be stopping it over here, and more information is available on the YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hear our guest of honor. I kindly request Dr. Pankaj Poddar, sir, to share your words and grace this event.
Good morning, everybody. Professor Patil, Professor Sonkave. It's always a pleasure for me to come to Kolhapur. And last evening, I mentioned this over there that I've been, because of health issues, I've been not accepting all this travel, conference travel, lecture, travel invitations, except from Pune University. But Kolhapur was an exception, and then he mentioned, I immediately agreed over the weekend. Though there are some office engagements tomorrow, I have to leave today. So when I was listening all these beautiful details, the data, my mind was going. I'm sure with Professor Patil, and Professor Sonkave, but my own PhD days. And when he mentioned that how lucky you are, and I was going back to my own PhD days, we did not have these kind of programs. We did not have. Trust me on that. Only one program I attended. I think still it is running by IUC Indore, low temperature school, and I still have that memory when one of the professors from Maharashtra, Professor Dharmadhikari, showed me the beautiful images of gold films, and trust me, that was, as a PhD student, that was so mesmerizing for me. Nowadays we have these tools. We have hundreds of microscopes and other machines scattered all over India. But another aspect of that generation gap is that we did not have the luxury of hands-on experiences on the tools, because most of these tools were under development in India, and there were import restrictions, there were financial crises which we went through our generation. So there were multiple issues actually. You can't really imagine that that time which we. So in my PhD, for example, I just saw the electron microscope, and one of the professor asked me to actually build STM and AFM in JNU because I had a lot of expertise on this instrumentation at that time, PhD. So, but I moved on to my abroad this postdoctoral program, and then I started using all these brilliant machine, which was Tech9 machine at that time. It was new 23 years back. I'm talking about Tech9 just arrived actually 23 years ago, and that was my first exposure to this high tech, like Ferrari kind of a thing actually. And I was looking at the low temperature, spin freezing and spill melting on a monolayer of magnetic nanoparticles using electron microscope. That was something, completely you are really taken into different, planet actually. And then doing all those STM, writing low temperature STM work and all those things. So from the time in India where we could not even see those instruments, and directly having the high end, not just using that and handling all these spin dependent electron transport and all those fancy work, which was quite amazing. But I think this, thanks to the DST spending so much of resources. We were discussing yesterday that how DST started this vision, and I would like to again thank the DST representative again for helping the students. And I will request I will echo the words of Professor Sonkavade that really, I was, please take advantage of this hard work which the team has put in on the resources, and ask a lot of questions, absorb as much knowledge as possible, just have this thing in mind that this is a golden opportunity which people who are helping you did not have. So with these words, I will welcome you to Kolhapur, and then I'm sure that many participants are also away out of Maharashtra. How many of you are outside Maharashtra? Quite a good number. So enjoy your stay in Kolhapur. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. Now it's time to hear the dynamic researcher and our guest of honor, Dr. Arindam Bhattacharya, sir.
A very warm good morning to all the dignitaries on the dais, Professor Patil, Professor Poddar, Professor Sonkavadeji. Good morning to all the faculty members of Shivaji University, staff members of SAIF and STUTI, and all my dear participants. It's really my immense pleasure to stand before you, of course online, and address you today on the genesis and relevance of the STUTI training program. Of course, Professor Sonkavadeji did mention about the impact of the STUTI that it has generated. But let me just go back and address you why this program was actually conceptualized. See, Government of India, through its various research and development infrastructure initiatives, like we have several initiatives in not only DST, but also in Department of Biotechnology, the SERB, and various other government agencies. We have several infrastructure schemes whereby through which we have, established several state-of-the-art facilities as well as generic facilities also throughout the nation in different universities, in different institutes, even regional-wise, as well as some of the national facilities. For instance, the DST-SAIF program. It is the oldest such program that is, still running, and God willing, it will continue to run, mainly because of the relevance that it has, showed across the decades. This program, the first of the SAIF Center, was established as before as, 1974. So, of course, 2015, we added upon the new 5 centers, among which the Shivaji University is also one of them. So apart from the SAIF program, we have the DST-FIST program, which is really very famous. It was started in the year 2000 and especially catering to different departments of universities and institutes. And till 2022, we have over 3,000, probably 3,100 such departments, including postgraduate colleges, with an investment of equally above 3,000 crores. So you see the investment that Government of India has done to, strengthen the S&T infrastructure capacity of different departments. Then we have, of course, the DST PERS scheme, PERS standing for the, the universities which are performing very well in terms of their research activities and research output. And even Shivaji University is one of the PERS awarded universities. Apart from the PERS scheme, in 2019, the DST launched the DST-STUTI scheme, DST SATHI scheme. The SATHI is also, till date, we have the 3 SATHI centers at IIT Kharagpur, IIT Delhi, and BHU Varanasi. And recent advertisement was also there on the selection of new SATHI centers. So SATHI centers more or less are, catering to facilities which are in terms of, the impact, it is more of national facilities. So SCRB also has one of the infrastructure schemes, which is more of consigned to, specific theme areas called the SCRB IRFA scheme. So apart from these schemes, the DBT also has the DBT Builder and DBT Sahed schemes. So through all these schemes, we have established many state-of-the-art facilities. But the most important aspect is that, are we actually utilizing these equipments in its full capacity? Full capacity in terms not only the man hours, I mean the duration, but also to exploit it in its different capabilities. Like for instance, a confocal microscope or an NMR or an XRD. It can, many sets of experiments can be run depending upon the requirement of an individual researcher. So STUTI training program, this gives a scope to how to, go ahead and, explore the different capabilities, the different instruments, the different machines, the different equipments that we have set up. And at the same time, it also gives an opportunity to different researchers to imbibe the different skill sets associated to conduct these experiments while utilizing these machines. So it gives the hands-on training, not only gives you, demonstration, but also gives an actual opportunity to utilize the machines. So, and in mid of 2022, our Honorable S&T Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, also, released the a different S&T infrastructure policy, which is called the Shriman policy, scientific research infrastructure for network and upkeep. So this infrastructure policy also, has in one of its objectives to have, apart from, efforts towards making India and, having indigenous efforts towards making different these equipments in India, also to have skilled human resource around these established facilities. So based on all these aspects, this STUTI training program was conceptualized. And initial round, we have 13 PMUs, the project management units that we selected. And of course, Shivaji University is one of them, and which is really one of the very well-performing project management units that, as Professor Sonkawadeji was also mentioning, recently we had the review of the 13 project management units, that how the impact of the program was, and, till date, how many such training programs have been conducted, how many researchers have been benefited, what are the research areas. So as Professor Sonkawadeji also mentioned, that the committee pointed out that in the areas of art sciences and mathematical sciences, of course, mathematical sciences, you don't need too much instrumentation, but definitely on the softwares and some of the hardware parts, how the mathematical interactions in different subject areas that contributes. So that part may be explored for creating one of the training programs in future days. So apart from that, I must compliment Professor Sonkawadeji and his entire team for so successfully running the different STUTI training programs. And of course, DST does appreciate the efforts taken by Professor Sonkawadeji and his entire team. And to all the participants, I would definitely like you to collaborate more. See, you can do your own research program, but through these such training programs, you will have, again, the scope to interact with your fellow participants. And some of the questions that, you may not have in your mind, but while discussing some of the other questions, some of the new avenues may come up, which you can explore in your current research or in, even in your future research aspects. So with all these words, I must congratulate and compliment the DST-STUTI team at Shivaji University, and all my best wishes to all the participants for the next 7 days to get as much information and imbibe as much knowledge through this DST-STUTI training program. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening all of us with your warm words. I feel privileged to invite a noble and dignified personality. I am talking about the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Professor P.S. Patil, sir, to address and motivate the assembled gathering.
Good morning to all of you. The guest of honor of today's function, Dr. Arindam Bhattacharya from Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi. Another guest of honor that we have over here, Professor Pankaj Poddar from NCL Pune. The coordinator of the STUTI program and coordinator of the CFC SAIF Center, Professor R.G. Sonkawade, Dr. Dongre, all other faculty members, and my dear participant friends. I'm indeed very happy to be here on the occasion of this inaugural function of STUTI program organized by Shivaji University from today on the university campus. As Dr. R.G. Sonkawade has given us a lot of information related to many STUTI programs that we have conducted on the campus as well as off the campus in different universities across the globe, across the nation. All these particular programs have been more successful, and the credit goes to Dr. Sonkawade and his entire team under STUTI. Not only that, DST's help during the organization of various programs hosted by Shivaji University on various other universities in the country were really appreciated. As Pankaj also was telling that now, if we look at today's situation, we have various schemes launched by DST, University Grants Commissions, the Department of Biotechnology, and so on and so forth. In Shivaji University, we are fortunate enough to have all the programs launched by Department of Science and Technology, all the programs launched by Department of Biotechnology and University Grants Commission. And these common programs like PERS, SAIF, FEAST, all these programs we have on this particular university campus, DBT. Because of these common programs, we could establish very nice central facilities, which consist of several sophisticated analytical instrumentation facilities. And earlier, these facilities were made available only to the students, research students, and faculty members of Shivaji University and nearby colleges which are affiliated to Shivaji University. There are about 300 colleges which are affiliated to Shivaji University, and some of the colleges, they are very good, and they are also doing active in research, and therefore they were also using this facility. But because of this STUTI program, which was specially launched by DST in order to expose all the researchers across the nation to all the facilities that are available in the nation through all these programs launched by the DST. So that is STUTI program. So it is very, very important that you should visit all the centers which are available under STUTI programs and see what are the facilities that are available there. Again, one more appreciable attempt has been made by Indian Institute of Science Bangalore, that it is not possible for us to go physically and see and test and visit that particular facility. For example, if some facilities are available at ISCS Calcutta, it takes a lot of time to go there and see what all the facilities are available and which will be useful for me. And therefore, they have come up with very nice software. That software is in place now. iSTEP software, I think you all are aware of that. And if you are not aware of this iSTEM software, Professor Somkode will arrange one session on how to utilize what is iSTEM software and how to utilize iSTEM software, how to optimize the software for your own benefit. So on that particular iSTEM portal, you will be able to see the instruments that are useful to your research. And then you can book online and you can go there and you can scan your samples and come back. So those are the facilities that are available. Now, if I come back to say the grants which are available, University Grants Commission, DST, as well as even Maharashtra state government, they have Sarthi, Bharti, and Mahajyoti fellowships for the research students. So in this country, the research students have been given all the support. Sophisticated instrumentation facility support, fellowship support, all the necessary support has been given to all the researchers in the country. Now, what is our duty? Our duty, being the learned, experienced research students or mature student of this country, we have to look forward for the problems that we may face in the country or in the world. Recently, we have experienced with the very deadliest problem because of COVID-19. We faced a lot of problems, but now, today, we have won the battle against COVID-19 and research came for our rescue. Because of that research, we could invent some medicine, and because of that, we are now free from COVID-19. We have got that resistivity against COVID-19 pandemic virus. Is there any such problem that we are going to face in near future? Maybe yes, maybe not. We don't know. But as a researcher, as a person who is engaged in research, you should have that particular knowledge landscape in your mind because you are mature. You have developed your philosophy of looking at the problem in a different perspective, right? So probably the people are saying that the next biggest problem that we are going to face in the coming future will be the global warming. What we can do as a researcher, in spite of in which field you are working, maybe biology, life sciences, physics or chemistry, we all should think about the problems which we may face in future related to global warming and climatic changes. We have been experiencing these effects of global warming and climatic changes for several years. Like in 2019 and 21, we faced very severe floods. And that severe floods and earthquakes and landslides and severe change in the rain pattern and so on and so forth. These are some of the signs of climate change that may be severe. And therefore, currently, as a research students and faculty members who are really engaged in research areas, they have to see what exactly is the sustainable development. We have to look forward for the sustainable societies. So in spite of which research you are undertaking, like life sciences or physics or chemistry, you have to end up the conclusions which may be useful for the development of the sustainable society. Is it really possible? Okay, because now you cannot say that I don't have this much, I don't have that much. You have everything, you have the fellowships, you have instruments. Only thing is that now you have to use your brain to think about that particular aspect so that the next problem that we may say, we may have some solution for the next problem, that is global warming. What is sustainable development? Sometimes and many times we have heard that particular word, sustainable development, as a research. I will tell you a simple definition of sustainable development. Sustainable development is to make the world a better place for everyone. Is it simple? Sustainable development is to make the world a better place for everyone without destroying the possibilities for the next generation. There is the waterline. There is a problem over here in the second sentence, without destroying the possibilities for the next generation. Now, think about that on the second sentence. Are we going to destroy something which our next generation will be deprived of? The quality of the air that we breathe, the quality of the water that we drink, will it be same after, say, several years after so? Maybe yes or maybe not. But the several experts in this particular field, they are saying that no, we are degrading the environment and therefore probably we may not be able to breathe. Our next generation will not be able to breathe the air, the quality of the air that we are breathing today. So you have to do research which is eco-friendly, which will not emit any greenhouse gas gases, which will be environmentally friendly. Is it really possible? Second thing is that we should not waste anything. Once you perform any experiment in the laboratory, like chemical experiment, something, you throw away some of the chemicals into the basin without thinking of where it will go and where it will mix. Whether that particular chemical will mix into the potable water storage resources. We don't think. And our rules are not that strict that they will come and ban or seal your institute. Once I was working in Hans-Meitner Institute, Germany, and one point, in the night, I was staying in the guest house, and I was used to, after dinner, I used to go there having some evening walk in the campus, and I found that some municipal people, they were coming regularly and testing the gutter water that was flowing in the wastewater that was flowing in the gutters. I just asked my friend what exactly they are doing. They said that they are measuring the pH of the water that is spilled out from the laboratories. And if that pH is beyond certain limit that they have put, then they will seal the institute without taking anybody's permission. That particular rights they have. That means the rules are very, very strong. They abide by the rules and regulations, where in our country we have a little bit of looseness. So as a researcher, as a learned student of this country, we have to think in that particular manner. You must be working on several materials, right? Probably you are the material scientist, advanced characterization techniques in science and technology for the characterization of the materials that you might have been developed. But for that particular thing, you should go back to several millions of years back and think what are the materials that shaped our history. Several millions of years ago, say 3.5 million years ago, which material was there in the society and human civilization? Only one material. What was that? Stone. Stone was the only material they were using, stone to make weapons and wheels, right? And after that, some early metallurgists found that there are some metals inside the earth, and they started extracting the metals. And some 10,000 years back, they started, they invented the methods by which they extracted gold, silver, and copper. These three metals, so that is called as some era. So that those metals were malleable, soft, and therefore they could not make wheels and weapons out of copper, silver, and gold because they are ductile, they are malleable. They were not strong for the wheel as well as weapon. Several years went on that particular thing, and till today we are using copper, gold, and silver. But there was one point where the people found out that addition of tin into the copper makes very nice alloy that is very hard, and therefore you can make wheels and weapons. Tin into copper makes the alloy called as, what is that metal? What is that alloy? Tin plus copper. Bronze. We know Bronze Age? Yes. So just addition of some amount of tin into copper that turned that particular thing into bronze alloy that was very hard as like a stone, and therefore they were making wheels and weapons out of bronze. But the first smuggling that is reported in the history is not of gold, not of silver, but that of tin. Because in those areas, Julius Caesar, like warriors, they were in need of fabricating a lot of weapons, and for that, the tin was not in a sufficient amount. Therefore, somebody found out that in China, there is some region and there are some territories where the tin is available. So they used to smuggle tin from China to Europe just to fabricate wheels and weapons. That's why they become more powerful, because they had very sharp tools and weapons. So this particular era, this particular history is very, very important for you to think about the future. You should know the history. You should know the past. Then only you can see the future. Afterwards, so what I told you, gold, copper, and silver. Gold, silver, and copper, then bronze. Then it was the age of iron. Iron age was there. But they said that they found that the iron captures corrosion. It corrodes very easily. So people, again, they were knowing about the addition of different materials into this thing. So they added carbon. Carbon plus Fe, steel. They converted into steel, but in order to make it more stronger, they added chromium and molybdenum also. So that has turned into stainless steel. So today, even today, we are using stainless steel. Even today, we are using bronze. Those were invented some several thousand years back. Afterwards, Industrial Revolution come into picture. The Industrial Revolution needed energy. For energy, they started burning coal, oil, and gas. There was a problem. Burning coal, oil, and gas emitted carbon dioxide. Slowly, we were poisoning the atmosphere just by burning coal, oil, and gas several thousand years back. Today, even today, we are burning coal, oil, and gas. How much of greenhouse gases are emitted, and how many of them have been accumulated in the upper atmosphere that you might have known? There is a problem here. Several thousand years back or several billions of years back, global average temperature of the earth was constant. But now it is not constant. It is increasing very slowly. That is like a slow poison. That may come as a big problem in future that you must be aware. So these particular things are very, very important. These developments in the history is very, very important. So coal, oil, and gas, they were burning to get the energy, and from that energy, industrial revolution started very slowly. For that, another material that were invented, that is cement. Are we using cement today? All the buildings are made up of cement, but nobody thought of the problem that cement production has. What is cement? For cement, the main precursor is calcium carbonate. These are very primitive things, but all the researchers must know all these things. Calcium carbonate, that is limestone. If you hit limestone, it gives rise to calcium oxide, which is precursor for the cement. So CaCO3, if I hit, it is converted into CaO and it emits CO2. CaO plus CO2 gives you CaCO3. So very large excessive amount of CO2 is emitted during the preparation of cement, and we use several gigatons of cement every year. Gigatons. It is reported that a single country like China has used 6.5 gigatons of cement in the last 3 years only. Then you might have understood what exactly is this is CO2 emission. And therefore, these all are the problems that we may have to think about. So this, the next thing that we know, that in 1905, Albert Einstein has published 5 papers worth getting Nobel Prize. That you know? The year you know? 1905. Just 1 year earlier to 1905, that is 1904, the invention of plastic took place. 1904. Till today, do we use plastic today? Another problem. How to get rid of the plastic? It is not biodegradable. Where that waste will go? It will go into the rivers and seas, and that will again destroy our ecosystem. But today, we are not only bother about the plastic, we should also bother about the microplastic. If we drink tea or hot drinks, in the disposable cup, it has got some plastic coating. And because of the heatness of that particular liquid, some microplastic gets dissolved and we drink it, we consume that microplastic. That even we do not notice it. All these are some of the problems that we face. Then came the industrial revolution started very rapidly from 1965 onwards, and therefore CO2 level has risen from 300 ppm to 400 ppm. That subsequently resulted into the temperature from temperature rise by 1 degree Celsius. You might think that, sir, 1 degree Celsius, no problem, we may face. But that 1 degree Celsius is very dangerous. And if we start using these particular technologies in future, it may rise up to 2 degrees Celsius, which will melt glaciers, which will rise the sea levels, and very disastrous conditions, very catastrophic conditions that we may face in future. And therefore, this sustainable development is very, very important. Then came the technology age, digital age, where silicon technologies that we use, all these cameras, laptops, mobiles, these things. The electronics became portable electronics because of which device? The electronic devices became portable electronic devices because of which material, which device? Battery. Okay, this camera is portable or not? It has a battery inside. This laptop is portable because it has a battery. Which battery? Lithium battery. Whether our next generation be able to utilize the same lithium batteries? No. Because of the limited resources of lithium. Very soon, lithium will disappear from the earth. If you dissolve several thousands of tons of zinc, you will get 1 milligram of lithium. So lithium is very limited. Therefore, it is a high time that we should find out some alternative option for the lithium batteries. Therefore, people are now working on sodium batteries and potassium batteries. Why sodium and potassium? Because they are earth abundant. So your research should be also in that particular line, earth abundant material. It should not, there should not be a limited stock. It should be abundantly available, environmentally friendly. The processes that you use should be environmentally friendly. Now, which material has converted your phone into smartphone? Do you agree with me? Phone and smartphones, they are same or different? They are different. What is there in smartphone that is not there in phone? Touch screen. Which material is used in the touch screen? ITO. All are material scientists, no? No? Life sciences, I can. Indium oxide. Again, indium is another material which is in danger. The limited reservoir of indium may not be available for our next generation. So our definition of sustainable development will happen over here. There will not be lithium, there will not be indium. The environment will be totally different. Global warming will be there. That means we are destroying this nature, and therefore probably our next generation will suffer. And that is, in order to do research in that direction, is the sustainability. I'm sure that in order for you to really see what exactly is your research topic and how you can turn your research topic to the sustainable development. Can you give some flavor of sustainable development to your research topic is the question. That needs some sort of intellectual thinking, and I'm sure that these workshops will help you in understanding and inventing yourself by exposing yourself to the equipments like SEM, TM, HRTM that we have available. Don't look at the equipment just as equipment. Okay, you should have some different perspectives of looking at that. You should first understand what is the physics behind these instruments. Okay, otherwise, many students I have seen that they just characterize and go away without doing anything. Think what exactly is the physics is, because the physics that we learn and read in the books, they remain in the books. But if you see the equipment, real physics is in action. Right? For example, in SEM, what is SEM? Scanning electron microscope. Why we need electron and why not photon? Photons we cannot manipulate. The wavelength of the photons that we cannot change is fixed. Electron is same particle that as a photon, but we can manipulate the electron. We can change its wavelength. We can change its frequency. Therefore, we can tell electron to work for us through SEM. If I increase the voltage, the wavelength of the electron will increase or decrease. It will change, but increase or decrease. It will decrease. If the wavelength is decreased, energy will increase. The resolution will be high. So see that particular physics and how that physics is encompassed in the equipment that you may see in future. So these are some of the questions that I wanted to pose in front of you so that during the course of next 7 days, you will think of the instruments in a different perspective. I was talking about this particular fact in some of the colleges, and we are coming up with university with some new idea. We so far say that 3 R's, right? Reduce, reduce, reuse, and where to go ahead, go beyond recycle, upcycle. Do you know what is upcycling? What is recycling? The value of the end product is the same as that of the product that we started with. Upcycle means the value of the product is more than the material that you started. So, is it really possible? Those are the challenges and those are the questions that you may think in future. that we have started in this particular campus. And we want to make this department, each department zero waste. The campus a zero waste campus. Probably you also can think about your department. Can we make your department as a zero waste? Because that is related to one very important term which has been recently coined, is called as circular economy. We should not waste anything. We should recycle or upcycle. That is the need, and the processes of cycling, recycling and upcycling should be environmentally friendly so that you should not emit any CO2 or greenhouse gases into the atmosphere so that our climate will be calm and quiet as if it is today. Or maybe can we reverse that particular thing? The ppm of CO2 that has been accumulated in the upper atmosphere, can we reverse it? From 400 ppm today, can we bring down to 300 ppm? Probably no. Because I'm not an atmospheric scientist. Professor Bhatkar was here, he's an atmospheric scientist. Well, that is another case. So if we cannot reverse it, we should not increase it either. Otherwise, our next generation will suffer. That is the message that I wanted to give you in this particular conference. Once again, I would like to welcome you on this particular campus for a very successful workshop on sophisticated instrumentation facilities organized by Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Since this is the last workshop, I would like to thank Department of Science and Technology on entire behalf of Shivaji University that they are helping us generously, and we are launching various programs for the betterment of the research students across the nation. So please take advantage of that particular thing. So once again, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your insightful knowledge with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are entering last part of our inaugural function. I request Dr. Maksud Vaikar, sir, Senior Project Associated, Department of SAIF-CFC, STUTI, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, to propose vote of thanks.
A warm and graceful morning to our president of this inauguration function. Professor R.G. Sonkode, sir. Organizing committee, professors from different departments, and all lucky participants, welcome to this 22nd STUTI hands-on training program. Today, I feel privileged to extend a vote of thanks on behalf of organizing committee of STUTI hands-on training program having the theme Advanced Characterization Techniques in Science and Technology, organized by SAIF-DST Center, and the program is supported by Department of Science and Technology, Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India, New Delhi. On behalf of SAIF Center, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our president of today's function, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor P.S. Patil, sir, who gave his vital time from his busy schedule to grace this occasion. Your thoughts have truly inspired us. Thank you once again for your stimulating and captivating words. I am sure that our participants are thoroughly motivated by your pearls of wisdom. I want to thank our guest of honor, Dr. Arindam, sir, and Dr. Pankaj Poddar, sir, for your presence in this program in virtual and physical mode. Thanks a lot, sir. We are really enlightened by your thoughts. A great leader is one who leads by setting trail worthy to be followed. As we climb the ladder of success with more and more vigor and versatility, there is the presence of capable and resilient leader among us today. I extend my sincere gratitude to my mentor, to my guide, Professor R.G. Sonkode, for his constant support in all our endeavors. I would also like to thank the people who work behind the scene to make this event happen. Yes, that is our organizing team members. I would fail in my duty if I did not thank my STUTI team members, Mrs. Sathe, Mrs. Pawar, Mr. Kamre, Mrs. Garge, and Mrs. Ingre, and all my lab colleagues who made this day possible. I would also like to thank each and every one of you for being here and making this day wonderful and memorable. Thank you once again. With these warm words, we move to the end of this inauguration function. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With the permission of the President, I hereby declare that the inaugural session is concluded. Participants, please gather in the entrance post of SAIF-DST Center for group photo. After that, we will move for tea. Tea is arranged beside the room. Please gather post. So, dear participants.